Hey, how y'all doing out there in video land? This is Stiletto and Juno coming at you from the Wild Wild West. Let Juno get down here. There we go. That's my girl. That's my girl. Yes, she is. That's a big old grandpa girl. Okay, she said she missed the last couple of videos. She wanted to be in this one. That's right. You got to be in it now, kid. Let me do the video. But anyway, what we got going on today? What we got going on today? I'll tell you what kind of day it is. It's a mayhem day. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mayhem day with the SnaggleTooth. I got my SnaggleToothMF. My wave feature from SnaggleTooth. Oh, yeah. Highly recommend it, people. Highly recommend it. This is such a sinister looking blade. If you ever had to pull this out in self-defense, I think it would definitely strike fear in your opponent. That is a sinister looking blade, people. That's why I like it. You know, because it's got its quirks. You know, it's heavy. It's heavy, a little bit awkward. You know, it's got its quirks. But it looks so sinister. I love it. I love sinister looking blades. How about y'all? I think it looks beautiful. I think this one is a beautiful one. Absolutely loving it. One trick I found out to opening it is, to me, it's the easiest to open it like this with the thumbs, using the thumb stud. You start with your hand down like this, and you roll your hand over as it opens up, and then the blade just sort of like flops out because the blade is so heavy. When it's upside down, it'll just drop. So it doesn't take a whole lot of effort to open it, just like this. Slow motion. Fast. Absolutely love this knife, people. Get yourself a SnaggleTooth, though. The SnaggleTooth rocks. Let's see if I get my old torn up pocket here. Here we go. You said what? You said what? Boom. There it is there. All right. I love it. Starting to get used to it, actually. At first, I must admit, I'm used to big blades, but for some reason, this one just seems more sinister. It seems like I have to be more careful with it. I don't know what it is, people. As y'all know, I got all the mega folders. I've always had mega folders. You know, all the Cold Steel mega folders and mega folders from other companies, you know, back in the day when they were making them. You know, a lot of companies used to make mega folders until like about the year, like the 2000s. That's when it sort of started dying out, and the only one that was left doing it was Cold Steel. But there's other companies too, like, you know, like Round Eye Knife and Tool, you know, American companies that were actually, you know, making them in the U.S. But the Cold Steel Triad lock was just like, it dominated when that hit the market, because that was like the best lock ever. Still is. This axis lock is really strong too. And with this axis lock, one thing I noticed, if you're holding it like this, the lock can't slide back. So if you're using this in a self-defense situation, in a combat situation, I would say hold it like that. Put your hand right here where the lock bar is. This is the lock bar. When you pull it back, it releases the blade. Going forward, and it has to come back quite a ways before it actually releases the blade. See, look how far back it has to come. Starts like right here. I want you guys to watch this. I'm pulling on the blade. Right there. That's almost like a half an inch it has to move. So I would say this lock is fairly safe, because even if it bounces, it's not going to bounce that far. You know, whereas like, you know, like a Benchmade with the Omega Spring axis lock, it only has to bounce just like a little fragment, and then the blade will release. And I've had that experience, like when you hit the palm of it, when the blade's out, lots of times it'll make the lock bar for the axis lock bounce, and the blade will drop. You know, every knife people has its quirks. No knife is like perfect. Well, except for maybe a Cold Steel Triad. But every knife has its quirk. Nothing is perfect. You know, it's sort of like life. You know, life isn't perfect. You know, as much as we want it to be, it's not. Let's keep it real. I like this one, people. I actually really like it. And it's like, you know, I'm getting used to it. There's the balance spot right there. It's like if you hold it a little bit forward. So I'm getting used to this one. I'm getting used to it, people. It's just, you know, I think most of it's in my mind. You know, it's like a mental thing that you have to overcome. You have to overcome the appearance of the mayhem where it strikes fear in man's heart. You know, you have to get over that. Once you get over that, then you don't have to be so afraid of it, you know, and you can start to understand this knife a little bit better. So I highly recommend this one, people. Highly recommend it. And I wouldn't so much like open it like this and slam it open. The reason why is because inside of here, I don't know if you guys can see this, but if you have one of these knives, look inside of your knife and you'll see a bar going across. That's your blade stop. That's what keeps the blade edge from hitting the backspacer. And it's not that thick looking. It looks like a standard Cold Steel, you know, folder blade stop, you know, for lighter weight blades. I think they should have made that a little bit more beefy, if you ask me. I don't know if you're listening, Cold Steel, but you might want to beefing that up a little bit, because people are going to be out here, you know, opening these like this. And they're going to be doing it fast, you know, and it's going to wear on this, it's going to wear on the blade stop. That's what I'm trying to say, people, because I could even see it bending the blade stop. And then and if it bends, it's going to rub against the lock bar. So I would sort of like, when you close it, I wouldn't let it slam. I would just like, you know, you can open it as hard as you want to, though. You can handle that. But when you close it, I like putting my finger here just like a regular old Triad lock, and it's got this big old groove right here where you can put your finger here, so you're totally safe. You're totally safe with this. Look how far away that is from the edge. I like doing that, move my hand out the way, and then just let it close. That way you keep it from banging down on that blade stop. That's just a potential problem I could see with the knife, people. I'm just letting you know, if you want to have one of these and you don't want it to get all messed up and you want it to last a long time, that would be my advice, people. Because the blade stop hits against this area right here. Hits against the blade tang right here. I don't know if you can see it. They're starting to wear a little mark right there. Hits against right here. And so you don't want to file this down or make this any lower either, because then you will probably make the blade hit the backspacer. So you want to keep this piece just like it is. You know, if anybody's going to polish their blades or do anything like that, I would leave this area right here just the way it is. That's one thing you have to worry about is fitment. If you get into customizing or polishing, I plan on polishing this one, people. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to polish it. I want to polish it. I'm not going to polish the blade. I'm going to polish the spine, and I'm debating on myself whether I'm going to polish this area and leave this unpolished, because I don't want to mess with the labeling. So I would probably just tape this all the way off right here, and I would polish this area, the spine, and then I'm going to do the liners, you know, total polish on the liners, polish the lock bar. And I'm curious to find out what this backspacer is. I think it's probably G10. So I don't think it's aluminum, but if it's aluminum, if I find out it's aluminum, I'm going to polish the backspacer too. But, you know, that's just not, you know, it's down the road. I'm not thinking about doing it right away. I want to, you know, get used to this knife first. I actually like it. But it is a heavy knife, people. It is a heavy knife. It's not a lightweight knife. It's like, you know, it conceals really nice in the pocket. You know, if you wear your shirts like I do, it conceals really nice in the pocket. That's no problem. But I can feel it. You know, it's like I can feel it banging against my leg, and I can just feel it. You know, I really like this one though, people. I probably will carry this one a little bit on some motorcycle rides. I actually like it. What? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I love it. That's it for today, people. Snaggletooth. I had to do it, people. I had to get the Snaggletooth. I had to get the Snaggletooth for it. Got it from Rob, Snaggletooth. Got the aluminum Snaggletooth for the Mayhem. Look the way it fits on there, too. It fits really nicely. It fits nice and tight, and it fits really nice. I highly recommend it, people. That's it for today. Peace out. Stiletto.